What a race we had at Pocono. Probably one of the best races at Pocono. I mean, I really haven't watched a lot of Pocono, but it's better than what I've seen before, so yeah, it was pretty good. But yeah, uh, a lot of crazy stuff going on. It's Pocono with the package. The restarts are crazy. They're like five, six wide on the restarts, and then they somehow get it down to like three wide entering turn one, and people on the outside were passing the people on the bottom lane because they added PJ1 around the outside of Pocono, so that really helped. I think the PJ1 actually has really helped NASCAR this season. I think the package has helped too, bring the cars closer together, and then the PJ1 helps them pass. So I think the combination between both can actually bring some really good racing. Dirty air was still a huge factor in the race, so I mean, I'm not going to go into tangent on what NASCAR should do. This is about Pocono and the other stuff that happened this weekend with the league, with all the leagues and stuff. Cause I'm going to bring those, bring league stuff into these episodes. Try to make it more of variation, so I'm not copying like Eric Eastep, just saying the same thing as him. But yeah, basically, let's just get into it. Denny Hamlin, first place result. He got that win. It was a really tight fuel race. It was a tight fuel race. Cautions fell, so they were like just on the cut, they had just enough fuel to make it. But oh baby, shoot, there was a caution. I forget what happened. I believe it was something happened. Oh yeah, Josh Bilicki, his drivetrain broke on with like four to go, I think it was, and he was stomped on the backstretch. He was next to the inside wall, so he wasn't like in danger or anything. But his car was stopped. He really didn't want it to roll because then it would just tear up the car more. So he was just stopped there, and that brought out the caution. Took NASCAR a while, but they probably thought he would just get it fired back up, and his car maybe like ran out of power or something. They just started probably running back, fire it back up. But he got under fire by a lot for that because he just stopped. But anyways, that brought us to a green white checkered finish, and Kurt Busch and Stenhouse coming out of turn one, I think it was. They were like four wide, entering or exiting turn one. Clint Boyer moved up the track, which made Kurt Busch put Stenhouse into the wall, and Stenhouse didn't like that, so Stenhouse got up to Kurt Busch's bumper and flat took him out. I mean, there's not much else in that. Flat took him out, and that created another green. Wait, hold on. The green white checker finish. It caused it. Caution caused a green white checker finish. And if there was another one, they probably would have had pit stops. But, well, there wasn't another one. I really was anticipating another one. I was also anticipating a fight between Kurt Busch and Stenhouse, but I'm surprised we didn't get that. However, there was a fight between Bubba Wallace and Daniel Suarez for whatever reason. I don't know. The clip on Twitter, you really couldn't hear Daniel Suarez. You can only hear Bubba because you had the fans, the announcer, and Danny Hamlin doing his burnouts and stuff. So you couldn't really hear what they were talking about, but they were arguing over something. Must not have a pleasant time. But yeah, Eric Jones is second, and that's great for him. He was close to that bubble, and at one point people thought he wasn't gonna make it, and he still has a chance of not making it. So it'll be very interesting. Martin Truex Jr. third. Quiet day for him. Hasn't been really talked about a lot. JGR probably would have had a 1, 2, 3, 4 if Kyle Busch's strategy didn't get all messed up. Caution just fell and hurt him on fuel. Hurt him on his fuel strategy. William Byron in fourth, another top five for him. The win is coming soon. Darlington, I'm calling it right now. Darlington, he's winning. And none of the. I don't think there's any. Yeah, there's no other Hendrick car in the top 10. So, really, in the slump, Byron is pulling through with Hendrick and Knaus. Byron did start all the way in the rear. So did our fifth place finisher. Byron failed tech after qualifying, so he had to drop all the way to the back. Really had a slow time getting up front. He was running around like 20th the whole race. Then these final cautions really just propelled him forward with the strategy. But yeah, fifth place, Kyle Larson, like I mentioned, he started in the back. He wrecked in practice. Actually, quite a few cars wrecked in practice. Actually, yeah. Larson and Chase Elliott both wrecked in practice. Larson just really went too hard with turn two, and I think Chase Elliott did the same thing. So turn two was really just tricky for the drivers to learn where their limit is. But Larson is on that cut line, and he's still at risk of coming out of the playoffs. But Kevin Harvick in sixth, he was dominating the first part of this race. Really, maybe a lot of people thought he had the car to win. He was running a special Gen X scheme, way better looking than the Millennial car. It actually looked like an actual paint scheme. Yeah, almost top five for Harvick. He got that one in New Hampshire. Bro, surprised he didn't get the win today yesterday because I'm recording this on Monday. But yeah, Daniel Hemrick in seventh, second best finish of the season, of his career, I should say, because it's about the same thing. But yeah, he finished like fifth or fourth at Talladega, so. He might be the one that saved RCR because Daniel Hemrick's a point racer. Austin Dillon was actually running up front with him, but I think he had problems and strategy really screwed him. Brad Keselowski 8th, not really much out of the Penske camp today or yesterday, but I mean, they've really fallen off. You really haven't heard much of Ryan Blaney or Brad Keselowski or Joey Logano, like past few weeks, they haven't won in a while. They haven't been running like top 5. But yeah, Keselowski 8th, Kyle Busch in 9th. Yeah, the fuel strategy really killed him. They pitted before stage 2 ended, and so they were off from pretty much everybody else. And so when that caution came out, they didn't pit. When the first caution in stage 2 came out, they didn't pit. So they were running less fuel. But when that second caution came out, they pitted for fuel. And really, they kind of screwed them. Still got a top 10 out of it. It's good. Ryan Blaney at top 10. 2 Penske cars in the top 10. Really not really a good day for Penske for how good they were earlier in the season. They really fell off hard. Well, not hard, but a little bit. JGR's definitely proven that they were besting Penske because they were in the battle because they were the only 2 teams winning. And now we've got some other teams winning too. So Penske kind of dropped down to second. Clint Bowyer 11th. He's on that cut line. So he's gonna need a little bit more better finishes if he wants to really secure that place in the playoffs. But 11th, not too terrible as a 14 team. They're starting to pull together a little bit, but Almirola 12th. Haven't been really good. They're good in the points. They're pretty good in points, but they really haven't had consistent good runs, and that's pretty scary when the playoffs are there's only 3 races in a round. You're gonna need good finishes, consistent good finishes. You want to make it through until the round of 8 or round of 4. I really don't see that team going far. They might have the surprise wins like they did last season, but I don't think so. SHR as a whole has really been not pulling anything together, and Almirola not being with the best, or not getting the best equipment seemingly. Really, I don't think he's gonna really be able to do anything with the playoffs or being able to make the playoffs. I don't think he's gonna be doing anything in there. Logano's 13th, so all Penske cars in the top 15, not terrible, but really they should be doing better. Ryan Newman 14th, silent day for Newman. He's right on that cut line. He might pull, 2014 and make it to the round of 4 just on points. He left RCR and he's been doing pretty good with Roush. He might actually pull Roush to a good, solid team. But Newman, 14th, 6 car wasn't even in contention for making the playoffs. Ever since Trevor Bayne was in it, really. Jimmy Johnson, 15th. He qualified 6th, but he also had to fall back to the rear like Byron, failed tech after qualifying. Well, failed tech in general, so really had to drop to the rear. Really just only pulled to 15th. He won stage 2, because Kyle Busch pitted at the towards the end of it, like 3 to go. So that let Johnson take over the lead, and he won his second stage ever in stage 2. So, I mean, he got 10 points out of that, but 15th really isn't going to help him in the point standings. Especially when he's really on that cut line. I believe he's under it now, so it really doesn't help him at all. We got Chris Buescher 16th. He's won at Pocono before. That was on rain delay with a different team. Buescher's been okay this season, especially with his team. He's been pretty good. Could be a contender maybe in the next few years if the price keeps going down and their cars get faster. DiBenedetto 17th. He was fast in practice. I believe he was like in the top 5 in both practices. But then the race just, Paul Menard 18th. Interesting strategy. They chose to pit, take some fuel, and all that stuff like that. I believe Austin Dillon did too with him on that second caution in stage 3. Alex Bowman 20th. Just kind of disappointing. Chase Elliott, I don't know where he finished. Outside of the top 20, obviously. But, I mean, I believe he wrecked or something. I think he blew a tire. I don't know. I can't remember. I really can't remember everything that happened in the race. I mean, it's been almost a full day. And there was the finish. Jones was almost there. He was almost there. But, I mean, it was a solid race for Pocono standards. I mean, it was a solid race for any standards. 2019 has been one of the best seasons, in my opinion. I don't care if they have less horsepower. I don't care if the cars are slower. All that matters is the race is good. It's like if they can catch up to one another and get like side by side and try to make a move, I like it. I'll like it. If it's like Auto Club where the package looks like it does absolutely nothing and the cars are just like spread out like 10 seconds, I think it was, and nobody could pass, they're all running the same lane. I don't like that. Like, you couldn't catch up to the car in front and try to make a move. Last Pocono race, you could catch up to the car and try to make a move. Sometimes it wouldn't work, but you could at least try and be up there with the car and create a battle. But, I mean, there's only been like one race like that. It's Auto Club. And I hear people saying to get rid of Pocono, but none of them are talking about Auto Club. Why are you not talking about Auto Club? Auto Club is like, to most fans, Auto Club is the exact same as Pocono. I mean, I don't see people saying just destroy, blow up Auto Club. I see people saying blow up Pocono and New Hampshire. even though they provided good racing in this 2019 era package, which is something that not many other packages have done. So I would say leave the track, get rid of Auto Club, because that track sucked, hasn't produced a good race since like 2011, and that's been 8 years. Just get rid of it. Anyways, I'm running out of little space, so I need to shorten this video up a little bit more. Rush's team won the truck race. Chase Briscoe won the Xfinity race, his second Xfinity career win. He got one at the Roval last season, which let him get the ride with SHR. I was talking about him on Twitter, well, in my mind, not on Twitter, but I was thinking about tweeting that. Why is Chase Briscoe with SHR? He's only won the Roval, which was a crapshoot. But then he goes on to win Iowa, so I guess I'm proven wrong. I guess he'll deserve it. You know, this kind of fuel Christopher Bell ran out, so I'll disregard my statements of what I was thinking. Anyways, so let's talk about some of the league stuff. Carnation Cup / Truck Series. Workman won the Truck Series race at Iowa. I finished 5th. It was a strategy. Workman took no tires on the last stop somehow, even though it was like 2 full runs. I don't know how he did it. He's one heck of a driver, and I have mad respect for him. But I finished 5th with my number 8 car for Dale Greenwood Inc. Incorporated. The Cup Series, a wild finish they were at Sonoma. There was a wild finish. BKR sent it up the inside of the 10 car. I don't know who was driving it. Sent it up the inside in turn 11. Made the move, and I liked it. It was a good race. It really showed that races can be entertaining on NASCAR E3. Not the best, but they can be entertaining. The NASCAR Series, there are 2 races on Saturday night. Or Friday night, I should say, I think. Yeah, I think it was Friday night. They were at Darlington and Indy. I didn't race Darlington, but the league owner, Tyler McMurder, did win in his 12th car, so congrats to him. And then Indy, I did race, and I had my crew chief, Gio. We did pretty good. I almost got a top 5. Got involved in, there was a lag, I lagged, and there was a lag spike, I got damaged, so I had to pit on lap 2. So, I did pretty good for my situation. I finished 6th. I probably would have gotten a better finish if I took 2 tires on the last stop. There was another car that was right ahead of me that did take 2 tires, and he got up to 2nd, even though the leader was like 10 seconds ahead of us before pit stops. So, I mean, took 2 tires, I probably would have gotten a top 5 at least. But yeah, let's put Pocono my fuel gauge, or whatever you want to call it. Tire wear, fuel gauge. I switched between both. Don't know what I want. Probably should have done this after I ran about the race. But anyways, I'm gonna give Pocono a 77 out of 100. Because I really liked it. You could pass. The PJ1 really helped a lot. Cars get up to each other. There was an interesting strategy. There was beating and banging. It was the most dangerous track in NASCAR. It's dangerous. I mean, Ryan Preece almost did what Bubba Wallace did last year. Except he didn't go through the grass. He just got loose in the turn. It was a hard hit. But I mean, yeah, but this is a pretty long video. I ranted a lot. If you guys did enjoy it, please leave a like down below. It lets me know if you want to see more of these. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps me a lot, keeps me going. But yeah, other than that, see you guys in the next episode. Peace.